All right, in this video we will be talking about parameterization of data. What do you mean by that? For that, let's go and open one of the tests up here. And this is what I was talking about in the previous video as well. What we have here is, let me just maximize it so that we can see it. Okay, we have a script here where we are opening our Internet Explorer and going to ebay.com, and in there we are entering this information, this Yankee tickets. All right, and when we do that, it's going to go and then look for the number of Yankee tickets and give us some output, which we are not capturing here though. All right, so let's capture that output here. So, but before I do that, let me just comment this this section because otherwise it's going to close the browser. All right, let me just go ahead, run this, and it is going to go to ebay.com, and it is going to enter Yankee tickets, and it is hopefully, yeah, there it is. And the delay was because we had a wait of like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Now I need to capture this, right? I need to capture 4,216, and then also maybe this part, which is like the results found for Yankee tickets. Now let's see, I don't even know if all this is like one object or maybe 3 different objects. So let us go ahead and then record and try and get it into our application. For that, before I record, I just have to go and add that into my object library. So here I am. I'm going to click on that plus and then going to go and then click on that. So that 4216 is one of the objects. So I'm just going to go and then click on that, and then that's a logical name. So I'm just going to give it a better name. So that will be app results or number. App results is fine. So that's one object. All right. Let me go ahead and then get another object. So this would be this object. So results found. So results found for. So that's some string. So I'm just gonna take it as is, which is just a English statement. Results found for. And then the last one, which is going to be this is going to be changing the Yankee tickets portion of it. So it is calling it as Yankee tickets. So rather than calling it as Yankee tickets, I would say that item searched, right, is fine. Okay, so what we have is we have these 3 web elements, all these 3 web elements. All right. Okay, very good. Now what I need to do is I need to go and print what we are getting. So I need to capture that, and the way I can capture that is I could either write that code right here, and that would be, I would say, browser parenthesis open. It is going to complete that for me. Dot page parenthesis open, and then there are 2 and I guess what I need to capture is coming on this page. If I'm not sure about that, I'm just gonna quickly go and then take a look into it. And here, if I expand that, this is under that Disney World tickets. That's again some logical name, so I could change that to page 2 and this to page 1. But I'm just gonna leave it as is right now. So here I'm gonna go, and from this page I'm gonna get the app results, right? So here we are. That's the Disney thing, and then I'm going to close that, and then here I'm going to look for web element, and here we got 3 web elements. So I'm just going to go for the first one, and in this web element I need to get the RO property of the RO property which I want is, I could either go with the text, usually that's what it is, or I could go with inner text. So let me just go with that, right? And this is going to capture that, right? And but I need to print that, so I could just say print me this. Now let me run it and see if it prints how many we are we are getting in terms of the app results, if it is gonna get that. So I'm just gonna go and then run this, and when I run that, I already have a browser open there. That's not a good thing, but it's all right for now. Usually the best practice is you just close the browser. Every time you run a test, you should have only one browser open. But let's see what's happening here. It's going to wait for 10 seconds, and then this is what we got to capture, right? This is what we got to capture, and then print out here in my application. Okay, let's see what it is doing. Let's see whether it had printed that. Nothing kind of like came out in here, right? Nothing came out in the text. Nothing came out. So that means that it did not give us any error. That means that the object was found, but the get arrow property and we got the text out of that. That was insufficient, I guess. We need to go and then get another property. And what is the another property? If you really need to figure that out, what we will do is we will try and find out the different properties for this guy. And the way I'm going to do that is making use of my object spy. So I'm going to have my object spy, and I'm going to do that, and then try and go and then click on this one and see what properties I have for that object. Now, if you see, there is something called inner HTML. There's something called inner text, and let's see if there is anything like text. So there was nothing like a text there, right? So I just happened to use that, so that's why it did not give us anything. So we should be using inner text in there. All right. So rather than doing text, I'm going to go and then do inner text, and then that should work fine. Now let me just for the heck of it, close my browsers, and oops. I'm just going to do it from here. Close the browser, and there's nothing running. Okay, let us run it now. It's going to open again eBay, and it's going to enter my Yankee text, I guess, or tickets rather, and then it's going to go and then click on the search button, and then it'll capture this 4217. Now, there's a delay because it's sitting on that wait 10. Wait again is a function, and 10 is the number of seconds it's going to wait before it moves to the next line. Okay, right now it is here on line number 15, trying to figure out how it could capture this. So it's probably going to take a little while for it to do that, and then we'll see. There it is. So we have the value here. I'm going to close the browser here. So we have the value. So that's how you basically capture that. So that's nothing new. I mean, we have done that in the past. That's nothing new here. Okay, the topic here was, okay, what about if I, rather than going with Yankee tickets, which is baseball, let me just go with basketball, and then this time it is Lakers tickets, and let's see what comes out, right? So I do that, and it is, by the way, in my next run, I'm gonna go and then change the weight to a smaller number, because that 10 is kind of like killing me. So this time it did put in Lakers there, and then for Lakers we have like 3,124. But now when we are reading it, we're just reading this number, right? I also want to read what is that number. So I want to read the whole thing. 3124 results found for Lakers tech. So the way we're going to do that is, I have to do the same thing, but for this object, or for this web element, and for this web element, and then I have to just join those three outputs. Okay, it is 3124. That's what we are getting. Okay, but if I want to read the whole thing, what I'm going to do is let me get all those three and then print it. So this is the first one, right? This is the first one. Now, if I do an ampersand here, then I want the second one. The second one is going to be pretty much the copy of this, except for one change, and the change is the object is not going to be app results. So I put it in there, and the app the object is not going to be app results. So let's see what the object is going to be. So if I bring up my object library, and if I go in here, it is going to be results found for. So I'm just going to take that, and You know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Let me just do the item search. Item search. So I'm just gonna take the item search and put here in place of this. I'm gonna put the item search. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the app results, which is 2,187, and I will also get the item search, which is for the Yankee tickets, right? Between these two, this ampersand is going to join this and that. So this number will be 4127, and immediately it'll join this item search, which is Yankee tickets or Lakers tickets, right? If you need to find, put a little space in between, then I could literally do this, add an empty string there with an ampersand, and then that should work fine. So now if I run it, if I do this, it should basically go and then read both of them. Again, I did not put reduce that wait of 10 seconds. You know, I should be doing it. Laker tickets. Now it's going to go and then click there. So it is 3124 and Lakers tickets. It's what I need to print in my window. All right. Let's see if it happens. Waiting for 10 seconds. That's killing me. Now it is going to go and then print in the window. Print what? The values which are in the web element app results and item search. App results is 3124. Item search is Lakers ticket. So that's what it is going to print in that print window. Hopefully any second, and that would basically is what we wanted to find out from the application. Okay. Waiting, you know, and let's see what's going on in here. Usually that kind of a wait is there it is. So I'm just going to manually close that. So 3124 Laker tickets. Well, very good, very good. Okay, now with that done, very quickly I'm going to introduce you to what about if I have to take this Lakers tickets, right, and have to put something different in there. Now, do I have to every time put that value in here? So how about if I could have that value someplace here in what is called a data table. So here is my data table. In my data table, if I put those values here, once I'm going to put like Lakers tickets, next time Chicago Bulls, third time Orlando Magic, fourth time New York Knicks, fifth, you know, I could be putting whatever I want, right, in here, and I want the test to keep running and giving me for each one of whatever I put in here, right? So how do I do that? Well, that is basically called parameterization of data, right? So parameterization is the data is not going to be hard-coded here. It is going to be supplied from the data table. So for that, there are a couple of things which we got to do. Number one is I have to define that this column A will have the item to search, let's say, right? So I have to put this item to search here in this column A. How do I do that? Well, that's easy. If I just double click on that, here it is. It'll open up a box and it is telling me data table column name. Come up with a column name. So the column name I come up with is item or search item or search text or something. Search text would be better, right? Search text, right? So this is the search text which we want to pass in here. Okay, so let's enter some text there. In one, I'm gonna enter Lakers tickets, right? And in the second, I'm gonna enter Chicago Bulls tickets. All right, these are all the teams, basketball teams in United States. Lakers tickets, Chicago Bulls, Orlando Magic tickets. All right. The fourth one is going to be New York Knicks. All right. Okay. I can keep going, right? Why don't we just do one more? one more is Houston Rockets, right? So Houston Rockets tickets. Okay. All right. So I have 5 of them. All right. Well, all this is still in column A. It is like an Excel sheet. Data table is nothing but like an Excel sheet. And in fact, it is an Excel sheet. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about data table. But right now, let me quickly show you how this thing works. Okay. So this is an Excel sheet, and we have created this table, and it has got like 4 or 5 records in there. Now, how can you make this line get replaced and say that get it from here? Well, there are 2 ways of doing it, right? There are 2 ways of doing it. The easy way is I could quickly go into the keyword view and do it from there. And the other way is if I could just type the command. But before I type the command, which is okay, set the values into this web edit by reading it from this data table. And in the data table, we have a sheet called the global sheet. So that global sheet is referred to as a DT, data table global sheet. And in the data table global sheet, I want to get my text which I'm passing is from this column, search text, right? So rather than doing all that, what I can do is there is an easy way. So just sit on this, right? And go to keyword view. So here we are on the keyword view. So to this Lakers text, I want to replace that, and I want to pass everything from here, right? Okay, so how do I do that? Just come in here, just highlight that, and see this little icon here, right? Little icon. That is that's like a parameter which we want to pass. That's like parameterization of the data, or that's the parameter which we want to pass. That's the values which we want to pass. So we have to configure it. We have to say that, okay, here are the values, the values are coming from, this source and all that. So the way I'm going to do that is by clicking on it. If I click on it, here it is asking me, are the values like constant? Is it like Lakers tickets all the time? No, it's not Lakers tickets all the time. So it is a parameter. It is something which we will pass. So now it is saying, okay, where are you passing it from? So we are passing it from that data table, right? And that's basically, we got a bunch of choices here, random number or environment variables or data table. And we'll talk about what is environment variables and all that. Right now, okay, we are passing from data table. In data table, there are like so many columns, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. There is no A now because A got replaced by search text. So it is asking you, where do you want to pass it from? So I will say, I will pass it from this column, which is the search text. Since I have only 1 column here, so that's what it is showing up. If I have like 5 columns, all those 5 columns would show up, right? One would be search text, the other one is what is the price of that, this and that, right? Right now there is only 1, so that's what it is. And it is asking you location in the data table, where it is coming from. Is it coming from a global sheet? Yes, it is coming from a global sheet, as you can see. There is also another sheet called as an action 1 sheet. That's local to this action which we are working on. But right now, I just want to keep it in the global sheet. That's fine. So if I hit OK, so it got replaced now. That Lakers text which was here got replaced by something in here, right? Okay. Now it is saying that even though it is saying the same in here, but if I go into the export view, everything would have changed there. Let's see that. Okay, here it is. See that? Before, in this place, we had before what? Lakers tickets. But now it is saying that, hey, whatever I am going to set into this web edit, that is going to come from a data table, which is this data table. But data table, what column of the data table? Search text, which is this. But which sheet? Is that global sheet, or is that like this action 1 sheet? So it's the global sheet. Well, okay, very good. So we got that. Now, notice that we have, right now I could count. I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it has to run this, right? So 5 times it has to run. So when it starts the first time, it is going to open the browser and substitute this value which it reads from here, and then click on that, go and then read how many we get. And now I want to close the browser, because if I don't close the browser, it is going to keep that browser open. So let me close the browser. So this, it will run once. How about the second time? Is it gonna go here and then run that? take Chicago Bulls and go here and run that and run that. And let's see if it does that, right? If it does, well and good. If it does not, then I will show you where to go and fix that. Anyways, in order for you to go and then take a look whether we could fix it or where we have to fix it, that's over here. That's in the I guess it is in the settings of here. There is run, and here it is in the run. It is saying that while this test is being run, data table iteration run on all rows. We could say that run on only 1 to 3, 1 to row number 3, run from row number 1 to row number 3, or run from row number 4 to row number 5. So we could come in here and then do that. Right now it is like run on all rows, which is good. Okay, now let us see if it does that, right? So I'm gonna just go and run this and see what's happening right now. Okay. Oh my God, that weight 10, lordy lord, that weight 10 should have been. This is gonna take like a long time because 10 seconds of a wait is right there, 4 seconds of wait is right there. But let's see. Lakers ticket. So for Lakers, it's like 3,124, right? Okay, so it's gonna do that, and then basically it's gonna read that, and then it is going to put it in the print window. And let us see after that it closes the browser, and will it open the browser next time and go to, I don't know what was the next one, probably Chicago Bulls, and see. Let's see if it takes that. Well, that weight 10 would definitely a pain in the butt for me at this time. But let me just see if it goes and does capture the output, which is 3124, and puts it in the print window and closes the browser and then opens the browser again and goes into the Chicago Bulls. Then we know that our this thing is working. Okay, let's see if it puts. It's the second iteration. Now let's see if it puts Chicago Bulls in there, or whatever was the second choice. I don't know what that was. There it is, Chicago Bulls tickets. And let's see how many we have. 1,239, right? So you know what? I'm gonna stop this test, and I'm so sorry I'm doing that. I will reduce this. All of this. Let me do a 2 here. Let me do a 2 here. Let me do a 2 here, because that weight is literally killing me. So now there was it already put something here. There it is, as you can see, 3124 for Laker tickets. I'm gonna just reset that, close it, so that we start fresh again. This time we don't have a long wait. We just have a wait of like 2 seconds everywhere. That's fine. So let us run that. Sit back, relax, and then watch it do automation. So this is automation testing 101. I mean, we are that's Lakers right now for us. I mean, we are not too much deep into automation. What we have learned so far is how to make your QTP learn certain things. So what we have done is we started with like going to eBay and then searching for just Lakers text, and then it gave us whatever it gave. So we captured that back into our application. The capturing part is taking like a little bit long. Probably the reason for that is it is having a difficult time to go and then locate that that object. And it might be using what is called smart identification. I'm going to talk about that in my next video or in my future videos about what is smart identification, how we could use it and whatnot. But let it do things. Right now it is looking for Chicago Bulls, and Chicago Bulls has got 1,239 tickets. So next in line was I don't know. Third one probably was like I don't know. We had like 5 of them, right? Lakers, Chicago Bulls, and Orlando Magic, and New York Knicks, and then finally Houston Rockets. So let's see if it is doing all that. So the fact that it is taking some time, that we could work on that and then make it run a little faster. Because I just got to find out like what's going on that line, why it is taking a little time. Probably it is waiting for the timeout, which is like 20 seconds. We could reduce it to 10 seconds and So there are ways of like making it work right. Now, what we got to look into is there you go. So there's Orlando Magic tickets now, and let's see, 375. Oh, not that many fans for Orlando Magic, I guess. Lakers, of course. I mean, they have been the world champions in basketball for a few years now. Um, Kobe Bryant, I guess, not I guess, I know as a matter of fact, I mean, he and Shaq both were playing for Lakers. Shaq got kicked out and he's like moving to different teams, and I guess he has retired right now. This is year 2011, and I know as a matter of fact, last season he retired. Anyway, so that was your Orlando Magic tickets. Let us see what it's going to do now. It closed the browser. It opened now. This time it has to be New York Knicks. Unfortunately, this team is not doing too good. Oh, a lot of tickets though. Because everybody wants to sell away their tickets, I guess, on eBay because they don't want to go, so they're selling it to others. Anyways, it's 16,925 results found for New York Knicks. Now the last one is Houston Rockets. So now you might be wondering, you might be saying that well, it is doing some automation, but it's not like too fast. We can make it do faster. First of all, there's no need for those wait of like 2 seconds each, so that itself is taking away like 6 seconds per iteration. And then I know, as a matter of fact, it is taking a little time on this print statement. The reason for that, as I'm suspecting, is it might be using smart identification. So I'm going to figure out in my future videos, and I'll show it to you as like how we could reduce that. It's one of the settings in of QTP because it's timing out. It is waiting for like 20 seconds, I guess. So we could reduce that. That's no big deal. So what we are looking at is parameterization, parameterization of data. Okay, in this case, we have put everything in a data table, right? Which is still a part of QTP. Now, this data could be coming from an external source. The data could be coming from an Excel sheet. It could be coming from a text file. It could be coming from a XML data document, or it could be coming from a database. What I'm going to be doing is, in future, I'm going to be showing you, if not all, most of them. Now, okay, it did conclude it. Now, let me quickly take a look at the report and see if there were any warnings. Whoa, there it is. The warnings are, it did not fail though, but there are like warnings. There are 10 warnings, and the warnings everywhere the warnings, and I'm sure the warnings are all about that smart identification. Let's see. There you go. This is exactly what is happening. Description. Okay, the object was not found using the test object description. Check the object's properties, right? So it was not found because of that. So it used, I guess it used the smart identification, right? And there it is, right? It used the smart identification. So it is telling you that it used the smart identification. So it went all the way and searched everywhere to find out that, okay, and I'm going to show you later on as how we could expedite that, right? And how we could. But as I was expecting, that's what it did. Alrighty, now let's take a look at the window, print window, and see if we got all the output from the application. And lo and behold, here it is. All my 3,124 Laker tickets, 1,239 Chicago Bulls tickets, 375 Orlando Magic, 16,925 New York Knicks, and 93 Houston Rockets tickets. Okay, so we managed to pull everything from eBay back into QTP. I mean, right now, I'm just showing it to you in this print window. I could store it into an Excel sheet and then send it to my team saying that, okay, these are the results which I got from the application. Well, so that is a parameterization of data using data tables for you. We'll be doing a lot of stuff like that in future, where my data is not necessarily coming just from here, but it could be coming from the external sources. Well, thank you for watching, and then I will come back again with another video explaining you a lot of other things what you could be doing in QTP. Until then, happy QTPing.